Audi SQ5. Freaking lane keep assist. Oh. It's super aggressive. It's not mega fast, but it is fast enough. And that is the end of the unlimited part. What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this POV review by Autobahn. My name is Max, and today I'm taking you around the all-new Audi SQ5. So we're near the factory, near Ingolstadt in the south of Germany. Flew over this morning, picked up the car, and now we're here on this beautiful road. Going to have a nice drive on that beautiful road as well, and then take it to the Autobahn for an Autobahn blast. But first, I'm going to show you the exterior, the spec we've got, and the interior. So this is ultra blue metallic, very nice color. Like the spec, although I would have liked to see all the black bits in chrome, because I always feel like the sort of aluminium, brushed aluminium trim, that is what you want on an S or an RS model. Because that's just the easiest way to recognize them, and I also like the fact that it used to be exclusively for the S and RS cars. This car has the black pack, so that means that you get all the trim in gloss black, which I know a lot of people also like, but I think it looks a bit more common that way, and with the aluminium trim it's a bit more special. New headlights as well, very sharp design with a DRL daytime running light there on top with a little finish flag detail that Audi likes to do nowadays. S badge in the grille, and then we've got these 21-inch wheels with behind that red brake calipers, and well, not the best brakes. These are a bit mushy, and there's sort of a difference between regen and actual pad on disc, so that's not my favorite part. We have 255 tires at the front here on a 21-inch wheel, and these are Michelin Pilot Sport 4 SUV tires. And we've got air suspension on the SQ5 as standard now, which is great. Really good air suspension. 255s at the rear as well. As you can see, all the black trim around the windows and down the side. Quad tailpipe exhaust, very nice. New rear lights as well with the obligatory LED bar. Big boot as well, very practical car, and you've got a bit of space underneath here also to stow your cover, which is very smart. And it's the new platform that Audi is putting their cars on, and it's a mild hybrid V6. So we've got a 3-liter turbocharged V6 with 367 horsepower and 550 newton meters of torque. It is enough. It's not mega fast, but it is fast enough. It will just get this car going, basically. The little e-boost is enough to get you going, so it's only at low speed that it is fully electric. It's got a 1.7 kilowatt hour battery, and then the V6 takes over. But that does mean that when you do a launch control, because the e-motor, the electric motor, is integrated into the 7-speed S-tronic dual clutch gearbox, and if you do launch control, because it's a dual clutch and because you have that e-boost down low, it actually takes off really quickly, 4.5 seconds 0 to 100. But the aggression of the launch control is really nice. I'll show you that in a minute as well. So let's have a look at the interior, because there are really good parts in here, but also some things I don't really like. So number one, really good seats, very comfy, supportive, they look amazing. This is like perfect. Seating position is good, low enough. Materials are nice, so you've got some leather here, a bit of Alcantara, a bit of carbon on the dash. Yeah, so this is all good. I don't really like this new like control panel for the lights and the mirrors and stuff like that, because the door handle is a bit awkward now, and yeah, I don't really understand why it's there and not just here like it used to be. Steering wheel, nice leather. It's got a flat top and a flat bottom. I don't really like the new logo. I think this looks a bit cheap, and This is also pretty good because it's not touch, so you still have to press it, which is great. There are a lot of displays going on, so we've got 1, 2, 3 displays, which is a bit overkill, and I don't really like the way it looks. So it looks very generic in my opinion, and that's a shame. I mean, yeah, I think they could have done a little bit more with that. This is all pretty good. It's easy enough to operate, although there are a lot of menus. Down here we've got the drive select and the traction control, and then we've got the wireless charger here, which is cooled, which is good. Little cubby, and that's basically it. We were already started up because it's electric. So now if I go and drive it, it does so in E mode. But we are going to go for dynamic, of course. Nothing really changes on the display, just the fact that you get a rev counter now. Air suspension drops down or goes into the lowest mode. And off we go. So we don't have a manual mode for the gearbox. And there's something really weird going on with the revs. So I don't know if you just heard that already. Probably, you probably did. But if I release the throttle, so I'm just like 60-70% throttle driving, and I release, and the revs sort of keep going when I release the throttle. It's very annoying. Do you hear that? That is very, very annoying, and I think it's worse when you are high up in the revs. So when I did a launch control earlier, it did a really loud one, and I honestly thought that it was the clutch slipping or something like that, but I don't know what that is. Air suspension is really good because it's mega comfy when you want it to be, and on a road like this you can actually, you know, take it by the neck and throw it around a little bit. Shifts are good from the gearbox, nice and quick, and you get a little bit of a kick in the back. So launch control, traction control in sport. Oh. It's super aggressive. It like really releases everything pretty suddenly, which is great. It feels like a real launch control. Yeah, brakes, as I said, not great. Pedal is a bit mushy, tends to get even mushier as you use them. Very small turning circle, that is good as well. And the V6 sounds nice as well. You also get some pops from the exhaust on the outside. You don't really hear that all too well in here, but when you're outside you can hear it pretty well. But I think they really nailed the brief of this car. It's a small SUV with an S badge, which means that it needs to be a very competent daily driver, but also have some sort of edge, right? You want something that you can just drive for hours on end, and then when you get to a nice open B road like this one, you also have some fun with it. You know, it's that balance that's really tricky. But I think they succeeded in that, because it's a nice car to drive fast. It's a nice car to drive on the Autobahn, on the highway, but also on the B road. I think it's good looking. It's better looking than the X3 BMW, for instance, which I think just looks super weird. I think this in a proper spec with some aluminium trim, very, very cool. I think Audi in general, they're doing really well recently with their designs. I think they're yeah, they have a good, they're on a roll. I like the sound of the V6 as well, and the gearbox shifts are really quick. Reaction to the pedal, not always that great, but quick enough. So the air suspension in corners like this keeps it nice and level. Automatically upshifts, unfortunately, in manual mode, or yeah, we don't really have a manual mode, but it goes into automatic. It goes into manual mode when you use the pedals, but it's not a true manual mode. Yeah, I like it. It works on a B road. Let's take it to the Autobahn and see what it's like over there. Alrighty, so let's hit the Autobahn back towards Munich. We have a nice bit of road here on the well, very extended on-ramp. Since there's no longer a petrol-powered Porsche Macan S, if you want a VW Group SUV, you know, with a bit of spunk, then you basically need this. Is it captivating enough to fill those shoes? I'm not sure. I don't think so. It's a little bit more of a relaxed cruiser family SUV than like true proper sporty car. If you want something that is a little bit more sporty, I think, you know, the X3 BMW M50, dynamically speaking, it is a little bit more of an interesting car. However, it is really not good looking, and I also didn't really like the drivetrain in that car. I think this sounds better. I think it's a way better looking car inside and out. Performance wise, it is faster, 100 to 200, 12:09, which we were not really expecting this to be quicker than the X3 M50, so that is also good. I think, as always, Audi have built a really strong all-rounder, and it's a very friendly and sort of pleasing car, if that makes sense. It does everything pretty well. Frickin' lane keep assist. Have to go there. Lane assist off. Yes. It's just that if you start asking a little bit more from it, both in performance and handling, if I, you know, put my foot down now, it doesn't feel that quick. And same goes for the brakes and the handling. It feels a bit soft, a bit mushy. But again, you know, if you're looking for a fast daily driver, then you want something like this. That's comfortable with that air suspension, which is really good. And I think that is what this car is. It's a quick, practical daily. That's good looking. It sounds good. It sort of feels old school in its approach, going back to the turbocharged V6. In here, you know, it's too many screens for my liking, but overall the package is very interesting. Top speed 250 kilometers an hour. You might get close right here. That's 250. I mean, that is pretty steady. And that is the end of the unlimited part. A really good car, actually. It's just it lacks somewhat in dynamic sense, both sort of experience wise and handling and braking, but it's a really strong all-rounder. And I think an S should be a quick all-rounder. And I think, as I said at the beginning, they nailed that brief, because that is just, it hits the nail on the head, which is great. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. You can subscribe by clicking the big button in the middle. You can also check out this video, this playlist, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye.